Chapter 6. The heavens consist of innumerable societies. The angels of any one heaven are not together in one place, but are divided into larger and smaller societies in accordance with the differences of the good of love and faith in which they are. Those who are in like good forming one society. Goods in the heavens are in infinite variety, and every single angel is as his own good. Moreover, the angelic societies in the heavens are distant one from another as their goods differ in general and in particular. For in the spiritual world, distances have no other origin than from differences in the state of the interiors. Thus in the heavens, differences in the state of love. Those who differ much are far apart, and those who differ little are a short way apart. Likeness causes them to be together. All who are in one society are distinguished one from another in like manner. Those who are more perfect, that is, who excel in good, thus in love, wisdom and intelligence, are in the middle. Those who are less preeminent are round about at a distance in accordance with the decrease of their perfection. The arrangement is like light, diminishing from the middle to the circumference. Those who are in the middle are also in the greatest light, and those towards the circumference in less and less. Like are drawn spontaneously, as it were, to their like. For with their like they are as if with their own and at home, but with others they are as if with strangers and abroad. When they are with their like, they are also in their freedom and consequently in every delight of life. All this makes it clear that it is good that associates all in the heavens, and that they are distinguished in accordance with its quality. Yet it is not the angels who themselves associate in this way, but the Lord from whom the good is. The Lord leads them, conjoins and distinguishes between them, and preserves them in freedom proportionate to their good. Thus he preserves everyone in the life of his own love and faith, of his own intelligence and wisdom, and the resulting happiness. Again, all who are in like good, even though they have never seen one another before, recognize one another just as men in the world do their kinsmen, relatives, and friends. This is because in the other life there are none but spiritual kinships, relationships, and friendships, thus such as are of love and faith. It has been granted me to see this sometimes, when I have been in the Spirit, thus withdrawn from the body, and so in the company of angels. Then some of these I saw seemed as though known to me from childhood, but others as if not known at all. Those whom I seemed to have known from childhood were such as were in a state similar to that of my spirit, but those who seemed unknown were in a dissimilar state. All who form one angelic society resemble one another in countenance, in a general way, but not in particulars. How general resemblances and differences in particular come about can in some measure be apprehended from similar things in the world. It is well known that with every race there is a certain resemblance in the face and eyes by which it is known and distinguished from any other race. This is still more true of different families. In the heavens, this is much more clearly seen because there all the interior affections appear and shine forth from the face. For in the heavens, the face is the external and representative form of those affections. No one there can have any other face than that of his own affections. It was also shown how this general likeness is varied in particulars with the individuals of one society. A face like that of an angel appeared to me, and this was varied to express such affections of good and truth as are in those who belong to a single society. These variations went on for a long time, and I noticed that the same face in general remained all the while as a background, and that the rest of the faces were only derivations and propagations therefrom. Thus, by means of this face were exhibited the affections of the whole society, whereby the faces of those in it are varied. For, as has been said above, the faces of angels are the forms of their own interiors, thus of the affections that are of love and faith. From this it also comes about that an angel who excels in wisdom instantly sees the quality of another from his face. In heaven no one can conceal his interiors by his expression, or feign or in any way deceive and mislead by craft or hypocrisy. It sometimes happens that hypocrites insinuate themselves into societies. These hypocrites have been taught to conceal their interiors and to compose their exteriors so as to appear in the form of the good in which are those who belong to the society, and thus feign themselves angels of light. But they cannot stay there for long, for they begin to suffer anguish interiorly, to be tortured, to grow livid in the face, and to become, as it were, lifeless. These changes result from the contrariety to the life that flows in and operates. Therefore, they quickly cast themselves down into the hell where their like are, and no longer seek earnestly to ascend. These are such as are meant by the man who was found among the invited and reclining guests, not clothed in a wedding garment, and was cast into outer darkness. All the societies of heaven have communication with one another, but not by open intercourse, for few go out of their own society into another. This is because going out of their own society is like going away from themselves, or from their own life, and passing into another life which is less congenial. Yet all communicate by an extension of the sphere which goes forth from the life of each. This sphere of life is the sphere of the affections of love and faith. This sphere extends itself far and wide into the societies around, extending further and wider in proportion as the affections are more interior and more perfect. In the measure of that extension, the angels have intelligence and wisdom. Those who are in the inmost heaven and in the middle of it have extension into the whole heaven. Thus there is communication of all in heaven with each one, and of each one with all. This extension, however, will be considered more fully below, where the heavenly form is treated of, in accord with which the angelic societies are arranged. Also the wisdom and intelligence of angels will be treated of, for in accordance with that form all extension of affections and thought proceeds. It was said above that in the heavens there are larger and smaller societies. The larger ones consist of myriads of angels, the smaller of some thousands, and the least of some hundreds. There are also some who dwell alone, house by house, as it were, and family by family. Although these live in this scattered way, they are arranged in order, like those who live in societies, namely, the wiser in the middle and the more simple in the boundaries. Such are more nearly under the divine oversight of the Lord, and are the best of angels.